Good day everyone, this is Hinai Kato. Today, me and my groupmate would like to present for the assignment, which is about economic development of animation industry in Japan. These are the topic outlines. First, I would like to do the introduction. Next, I pass to my groupmate for gravity models and trade influence. Next part is analysis part, and then lastly, I would like to conclude. First of all, as a quick fundamental knowledge, anime refers to Japanese animated works, often characterized by imaginative worlds and unique storytelling. So why we choose the Japanese anime industry for this project? Anime is more than just entertainment. It's a powerful cultural phenomenon. Over the years, anime has gained immense popularity globally, influencing fashion, arts, and even the lifestyles. In this presentation, our group applies the gravity model to Japanese anime industry, examining how GDP, distance, and cultural factors influence anime export across global markets.
Hello, I'm Gao Shangling, and my student ID is ACC2209872. Next, I will present the section on the gravity model and its impact on trade. In international trade, the economic size of a country is typically positively correlated with its trade volume, while the geographical distance between two countries is negatively correlated with trade volume. Based on this principle, economists propose the gravity model, which is represented by the following formula. This model shows the two key factors influencing trade. The larger the economic size, the higher the trade potential. The greater the distance, the higher the trade cost, thereby suppressing trade volume. The gravity model provides a clear and powerful framework for understanding international trade. The following table presents gravity model data for Japan's major trading partners, used to analyze the international trade characteristics of various economies and industries. This data not only reveals trade relationship between Japan and other countries, but also offers strong support for understanding key variables in international trade. According to the previous mentioned gravity model, at a specific point in time, the constant A and Japan's GDP remains fixed. So in this context, for a specific trading partner of Japan, we only need to focus on the ratio of its GDP to the distance between it and Japan. Then by analyzing the relationship between the ratio and the actual trade volume between the two countries, we can intuitively observe how the gravity model describes the connection between these variables. This approach helps uncover the relative importance of factors such as geographical distance and economic size in international trade. To further explore it, we create a scatter plot and conduct regression analysis on the data in the table of last slide. The scatter plot shows an upward trend, indicating that the variable of other countries' GDP divided by the distance to Japan is generally positively correlated with the trade volume between the two countries. Moreover, there are some exceptions with the gravity model. For example, the export volume of the United States is significantly higher than the predicted by the model, given its independent variable. This can be attributed to historical and political factors, as well as economic complementarities between the US and Japan. However, these exceptions do not undermine the gravity model's ability to provide a general estimate of overall trend. The next section will be focused on data from Japan's animation industry, providing a specialized explanation of the gravity model. This part will be presented by Xu Zhewen.
So very thanks, and here is now Xu Zhewen speaking. Now I would like to continue to discuss how we assess the export potential of this industry using the refined methods to identify its unique characteristics. To better study this industry, we've replaced the total trade volume with industry trade volume, which is based on the number of work authorizations signed with the key countries in year 2020. This adjustment provides a more accurate picture of this industry's trade dynamics. Traditional trade gravity model highly rely on GDP and trade distance as key factors. By fitting the data, we've identified deviations and outliers, suggesting that GDP and distance alone may not perfectly predict traditional gravity accuracy for this sector. An example of better approach is art export model, which incorporates language and dummy variables to address culture, industrial, and structural factors. These additional parameters are crucial for understanding the nuisance of service-oriented industries, where the relationships and cultural capacity often outweighs the physical distance. In conclusion, refining traditional gravity model with industry-specific variables like those in Kuhn's approach enables us to better predict export potential and support growth strategy for service industries.
My name is Yong Liang, and now I will present the analysis part for international economy for Japan anime industry. On the right-hand side for this PowerPoint slide, you can see the total conduct being made by Japan with other countries. In this picture, country having closer color to the left, the more international conduct with Japan. This we can see Japan having most trade with 5 major regions. The 5 major trade regions with Japan are North America, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Australasia, and West Europe. The first 2 regions are East Asia and Southeast Asia. For example, China and South Korea. Which like the gravity model results show, then Japan will have more trade with countries at high GDP and its neighboring countries. The other 2 regions Japan having most international contact are North America and Western Europe, due to both regions have many high GDP countries. High GDP for a country basically means that the country has bigger market size and the country can have more demand and consumption in their market. Besides, citizens in those regions normally rich, so their purchasing power also stronger due to they have more controllable income. The last reason is those regions also has better development, means Japan combined can run business easily in the country compared to other countries. Those are the elements that attack Japan having more international contact with them. Other than that is the Africa, which we can see in Africa they are majority green color. It means Japan having lesser international contact in Africa region. The reason might be Africa country GDP normally lower than the Europe country. This means Africa country normally has smaller market size in average, lower average income for citizens, or poorer infrastructure compared to Europe region. The other reason why Japan prefers to trade with Europe than Africa might be the distance between 2 countries. Distance between 2 countries will affect the trade with following situation. With the first one is increase the transportation cost and time needed for transport goods and personnel. Second is two pairs having time differences, making both parties need to make additional adjustment to avoid the problem of communication. And last one is the way for two parties having communication also will be affected due to poor distance between 2 pairs. Those elements make Japan more prefer to having trade with Europe since Africa and Europe too far away with Japan. Best for this picture, Isn't also one of the reasons why the Asia region and Australia are the main trade partner with Japan in anime industry due to their cost with Japan.
Next, I will talk about comparison with international markets. The gravity model is often used to understand the trade flows between nations, focusing on the size of economies and the distances separating them. When applied to Japan's anime industry, the concept of distance takes on a broader meaning, encompassing not just the geography but also cultural and linguistic differences. With the rise of the internet and streaming platform, these barriers has been greatly diminished, enabling anime to reach audience worldwide more easily than ever before. This make the anime industry a fascinating case to analyze through the lenses of the gravity model. First, let's focusing on economic scale influence. The gravity model emphasizes that the trade volume is closely tied to the economic size of trading partners. In the case of anime, this means the size of global demand for anime content. For instance, in 2022, the global anime market was valued at $21.2 billion and is projected to reach $41.5 billion in the near future, showing substantial growth potential. This demand is driven by large economies like the United States, where audiences are willing to spend on streaming subscriptions, merchandise, and theater screenings of anime films. Japan's ability to produce high-quality content, coupled with the increasing purchasing power of global audience, highlights the critical role of economic scales in driving the industry expansion. Now let's talk about how the internet has transformed the anime industry by reducing the barrier traditionally associated with the gravity model's distance factor. Today, the internet has revolutionized the anime industry by breaking down traditional distance barriers in the gravity model. Streaming platforms like Crunchyroll and Netflix now make anime instantly accessible worldwide. As of May 2024, Crunchyroll has over 30 million global subscribers, offering multi-language subtitles, dubbing, and personalized recommendations. This digital connectivity has allowed anime to transcend cultural boundaries, fostering a global fanbase that would have been unimaginable without the internet. Finally, let's look at the future. The gravity model suggests that as barriers to trade decrease, trade volumes increase. In the anime industry, we see similar trends. It is projected that the global anime market will almost double to $16 billion by 2030. This growth is fueled by increasing economic capacity in regions like Southeast Asia and continued technological advancements like streaming and content distribution. Moreover, anime creators and distributions are actively leveraging tools like data analytics and AI to tailor content to different audiences. This effort will further reduce the cultural barriers and drive the anime industry's growth worldwide.
To conclude, the gravity model provides valuable insights into the export dynamic of Japanese anime industry. It highlights how trade volumes are strongly influenced by geographic proximity and economic size. For instance, neighboring countries like China, South Korea, and Taiwan are natural trade partners, while the United States emerges as a significant market due to its substantial GDP. However, the influence of physical distance is gradually diminishing. Western European countries such as the United Kingdom continue to engage in robust anime trade with Japan, showing that shared culture and linguistic connections can overcome geographic barriers. Moreover, digital platforms and streaming services are reshaping the landscape. By significantly reduce both physical and cultural distance, these technologies have expanded anime's global reach and accessibility. As a result, Japanese anime sector is poised to grow further, with projections suggesting it could reach a $60 billion market by 2030. In a digitally connected world, the gravity model remains relevant, but its parameters evolve. The success of Japanese anime industry demonstrates how cultural products can transcend borders, driven by a combination of economic factors, technological advancements, and cultural appeal. This serves as a powerful example of how trade in services foster global economic connections. That's all our presentation. Thank you for listening.